I want to ask you a question. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the words the Middle Ages? I'm almost certain that most of you think of a dark age full of castles, knights, plagues, and persecutions, and maybe even dragons and elves, as if this were an Dungeons and Dragons adventure. But what if I told you about empowered women with large properties that brought them wealth and made them more independent? This also sounds like fiction, right? Towards the end of the Middle Ages, the Nasrid Kingdom was born, the last Islamic kingdom of the Iberian Peninsula. In my thesis, I studied the properties that belonged to the royal family and the Nasrid elites, and I realized that among the biggest owners of all the assets around Granada, the capital of the kingdom, were women of the royal family. These are called in the old Spanish chronicles as Moorish Queens. It seems that the king would give belongings to his mother, sisters, and wives, so they had greater economic independence, even outside marriage. And some of these properties passed from the hand of one woman from the royal family to another, from generation to generation. So it is clear that there was a great concern for the welfare of female members of the dynasty. We also observed that these women had an administrator who acted as intermediary between them and the peasantry. And with the incomes generated by these estates, the queens could not only cover their personal expenses, but also invest money in charity and the acquisition of new properties. For a long time, it was thought that these estates were mostly great palaces for the amusement of the royal family, such as the Generalife in the Alhambra. And it is true that part of these estates were dedicated to farming, but we were able to see that there were also flour mills, dovecots, and places for the production of tiles and textile goods. Thanks to our studies, it is increasingly clear that they were authentic centers of production, highly profitable and self sufficient, and many of them in the hands of our queens. So, the next time you think about the Middle Ages, which I know is often, remember these women. They were, perhaps, much more independent than we might care to think. Thank you.